Yeah. I was saying this yesterday on a live stream. I have like gone so deep on so many conspiracies that I'm like coming out the other end of it. Where it's like, oh, a lot of this is just like shit. It's like trash. It's like a lot of this is just brain trash.
Yeah.
It's so well because I mean, you go down the rabbit hole, right? And it's like, you got to question everything, right? Everything that we're told is bullshit. But then it's like, well, who's questioning these conspiracy theorists? You know what I mean? Like we're just kind of in this muck.
Yeah, I think that's where it gets silly. Like there are people like, okay, like at a certain point, you have to exist in reality. So like people who, I don't know, like I have literally I've done videos on my Patreon, fully doxing myself, detailing my life over the last, like literally since I'm 20 years old, like what I was doing, because I did a podcast for years. Like I have a weekly breakdown of what I did for like the last 10 years, right?
Yeah.
That's what I started doing.
And so like I'll have people that will call me a fed, and it's like, you can go watch this video where I have newspaper articles about me, like as a local football coach. Like I have proof that I'm just like a normal person who I got really lucky on the internet with like literally went viral for like a week, and it just continued, never stopped. So it's like, you know, people who go like, you're a fucking fed. It's like, you exist in such a crazy reality. There's no rationalizing with you. Right. And people are going to hear what they want to hear anyways. So, I feel like with that, you can only go so deep before it's like, all right, man, I got to come up for water a little bit here.
Yeah.
Yeah. At some point, you just have to be a person. You can't just get so caught up in thoughts and all that stuff.
Yeah, right. Because that's the other thing. A lot of it just becomes a mind game. It's like, what are you?
Well,
what are you
so
doing?
much of
You're
it,
just
you know,
thinking.
it just becomes a different type of parasite. You know, if you think about it, like a mental parasite, right? So people who are so caught up in, let's say, Hollywood gossip, right? And then if you're a conspiracy theorist, you're like, Hollywood is total bullshit, right? I forgot where I'm going with this. But yeah, getting like thinking too much about it is just as parasitic and draining, and almost goes against your self-interest.
I totally get you.
As like buying into all this stuff.
I catch myself doing it. Like dude, it's so easy to post a video about like Kanye West being crazy and to get like 500,000 views, and then to just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna do that. You know, like, I don't know. It's just, like sometimes like I catch myself like just like not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which is like actually being a human in what it is that I am doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
are you an Eckhart Tolle guy?
Not really. I'm not even really familiar.
Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now?
Nah.
Oh, interesting.
Is he one of those guys like that Jim Carrey movie, Yes Man?
Not quite. He's more about just being like fully present in the moment, and that's what it means to connect with God, and that's what like Jesus.
Oh, this guy. Yeah. I think that's powerful. I think that's super powerful. Like, if you're stuck in the past or present, or if you're stuck in the present. No, if you're stuck in the past or future,
you're disconnected from the only reality that exists. And if you're too caught up, again, he talks about being too caught up in thought. So if you're just so preoccupied with conspiracies or anything else,
too caught up with thoughts, like THOTS.
Either way, it takes you out of the present moment, and it's only in the present moment that you can truly be connected with God and reality.
Yeah, that's like it's like some Buddhist. That's
it's
some Buddhist
very
stuff.
Yeah. It's
you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Some good stuff. That was one of the books that really facilitated, I guess, what I would call my sort of spiritual awakening. And through trying to live my life that way, I've started to see through more and more of like this kind of bullshit. Like things just started opening up for me, if that makes sense.
Right.
You know?
So where are you now? What are you? What would you say you are if you had to categorize it?
Like spiritually?
Yeah.
I don't like saying I'm spirit, but I guess I am spiritual. You know, I think that all religions are trying to express the same thing. So
which would be, what do you think that is?
That we are fragments of a greater intelligence that created the universe, that created reality.
Right. Okay. Yeah, right? I can see that. Yeah, that's a good safe. I think that's a safe place to be with, like, because it's true. That's pretty true. You know what I mean? Like it's. I feel like even a lot of like atheists would say that, like, we're a part of something bigger or whatever. You know?
Interesting. Maybe I've never that argument doesn't make sense to me. If an atheist would say we're all part of something bigger, well then how can
well like in not in a spiritual sense, but like in being, you know?
Mm-hmm. In like a physical sense, because I guess from the atheist perspective, we're just clumps of molecules that have.
Yeah, that's pretty boring. I think that's a pretty boring one.
Yeah, it's a pretty gay.
It's
idea.
Pretty fucking gay.
Yeah.
And it's also like, I don't know. I don't really think we have any good. That's the perspective that sort of promotes itself as rational and kind of based in science and everything like that. But I don't think there's any good science necessarily to back that up. And there's more and more physicists coming forward saying that they believe that the basis of reality is consciousness rather than consciousness being this thing that's produced by the brain.
Yeah.
Consciousness is first, and then the physical reality sort of comes out of that, and that's what God is.
Yeah, yeah, science is interesting because it's like people who put all of, like atheists, right? Like they put all of their eggs in the basket of like what science is, when science is just like a way to like measure things within reality. And it's like we can only do that insofar as is what we understand about reality. So like we can only understand so much about it, so therefore we can only measure so much. So to like have this sort of principle of your understanding be based upon like what we know within material, it's not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah.
Well, it also presupposes that all of the only relevant aspects of reality must be measurable.
Right.
Right. Which is
P Boiz #1.
Is an assumption in and of itself.
Kind of the #1 Measure Comedy Podcast. No big deal.